Hi, good evening folks. Mr. Woon here, the traffic warden. Today I'm going to touch on LTA approved traffic control plan layout and basically explain a few of the features that you see on a traffic control plan layout whenever you encounter work zones or construction zones on the roads, whenever you're driving, commuting to work or to school. Whenever you encounter roadworks, you see a lot of cones, traffic cones with the double reflectors, and of course some water-filled barriers. These are all work sites, and it feels like you're going through an obstacle course because you feel it's like they close the lane, then you need to merge and need to divert and all that. So a lot of obstruction along the way. So it's like you're going through an obstacle course. So basically, in the field of traffic engineering, they devise what we call a traffic control plan layout in order to delineate traffic, to divert traffic to flow onto the open lane, to avoid the obstructed lane, but to go on to the open lane and to be able to transit and exit the work zone safely. So basically that's about it. The traffic control plan is to guide road users, commuters, motorists to avoid the work zone. And along the way, of course, you will definitely encounter some inconvenience because of closure of the lane. So there will be mergers, and of course there will be delays here and there. Okay, so in a nutshell, I'm going to talk about is this one, the traffic control plan layout. So this is a very simple layout I draw. 2 lanes. I would say that every traffic control plan layout differs according to the road design. The road design is one. The complexity of the road works, whatever it is that they are doing down there, and how long, or rather how big, is the work site, and what other features are there. Like maybe there's a pedestrian crossing in between and all that. So it depends on all this, right? The traffic control plan layout will look very different. But let's say, for example, we got a situation like this: straight road with 2 lanes, and then the closure is on the left lane. Can you see that? The right lane is the open lane. The left lane is the obstructed lane because of the closure here. Okay, so basically then this would be the very simple looking layout. I will brief you on the details of this in a very layman term. Then later on I'm going to explain to you what we mean by a zipper merge. A zipper merge, whenever you approach the work zone, this is a zipper merge. And what are the problems we encounter when facing, what are the problems you face on the ground? We face on the ground whenever you approach, you'll be ending up doing this, what we call an early merge. So I'll talk about all that later. Now, in a very typical traffic control plan layout, basically you get all this, this is the work zone. Okay, so basically there are 5 zones you need to take note of. 5 zones. The first zone is the advanced warning zone, whereby signages will be put up in advance about 200 meters ahead of the work site. This is the work site. So about 200 meters away, which is about the distance of, I think about 7 lampposts away. The distance between 2 lampposts is about 30 meters, 25 to 30 meters. So about 7 lampposts away, they got to put up the advanced warning signs. So caution, LTA roadworks ahead. Alright, and then progressively they got to put all these signs, like for example, lane obstruction on the left. So obstructed lanes on the left. Can you see this? This T shape. That means this is a obstruction in front. So this lane, the left lane is obstructed. The right lane is the open lane. So this signages got to put up. This one also, can you see here? Left lane merge to right lane. Left lane merge to right lane. So these signages are put up in advance to preempt motorists and road users to plan their route early, to change lane early if possible, in order to avoid inconvenience. Otherwise, please stay on your lane until the point of merger, which I'll explain. So 200 meters ahead of the work zone, all these signages got to be put up. And then this is where the transition zone happens, where you have to already transit. If you are going to, let's say on the right lane, you're going to turn right at the junction, make sure you are already on this lane already. So you plan your route early and make sure you stay on the right lane. So only two lanes are right lane, left lane. So make sure you're already on the right lane. So you plan your route early. That's the whole idea. Plan your route early. The moment you see signages like that, you're being prompted to route your plan your route or plan your route early, so that you can avoid all the inconveniences caused to you. Okay, after that, then you have what we call a buffer zone. This is a buffer zone. Whenever we close the road now, we will put up this thing. It's like a triangle, you see, from here you got all these traffic cones with double reflectors. This triangle is basically denotes traffic cones with the double reflector, and this sign is to tell you to divert to the right, to keep to the right. Okay, because the lane closure is on the left, obstruction is on the left, so open lane is on the right. This is to prompt you to keep to the right already. So transition zone, from here, after you see the advance warning, you transit, you plan your route early. Then when you come to here, this is the buffer zone. Why we call a buffer zone? Because this area is a buffer. This is the activity zone, the trench, the working is all here, the work zone is here. This is the buffer. So in case, why we call it buffer, safety buffer. In case driver, cuckoo driver not paying attention, right? They go ahead, they are not paying attention, they are not on the roads, right? So they drive, they didn't see, and then they crash into the work site. But before they crash into the work site, they will crash into the buffer zone. At least that would be minimize some of the damage or impact it might do to the workers or to the work site, the damage to the property and to loss of life. Because you can imagine when we close the road here, there will also be water-filled barriers surrounding, and then they will dig the trench and they'll be inside the trench. So depending what kind of work it is, sometimes the trench is very deep. Our Bangla and our Bangladeshi worker and Tambi workers are all inside the trench, very deep inside. So sometimes it's very deep. It's not safe on time for them to get out of the trench whenever this kind of accident happen. But you remember, if you remember about 2 years ago, there was an accident at Alexandra Road. There was this driver on lane 1. He wasn't paying attention. He was going very fast, and we thought that he would divert away and keep to the middle lane or to the leftmost lane, but he actually hit the cones. He hit the cone, he ended up hitting the barrier, and then part of the excavator or something like that. I think if you can recall, there was an accident about 2 years ago. This happened, and the video clip surfaced on I think Singapore Road Vigilante. So the buffer zone is to protect our workers in case this kind of driver, we meet this kind of driver, right? Not paying attention and at least they'll hit the buffer first, and then we can get out safely on time. But sometimes it doesn't work, because why? Sometimes the driver is going very fast. He's going so fast, there's no time for us to react. So sometimes when he crashes, sometimes they go in, hit the barrier, and the barrier dislodge, and sometimes the forceful impact cause the driver to sustain severe injury, as well as our workers that's working inside there. So the idea is, buffer zone is to actually minimize the impact of the damage done to property and lives. Okay? And also is to what we call a zipper merge. This is also what we call a zipper merge. We want you guys to fill up the space all the way to here, to the point of merge, then you merge into the open lane, which I'll talk about later. Okay, so this is buffer zone and also the zipper merge. And then this area, which is, as you can see, there's dashed lines like that, right? These are what we call the activity zone. So this is the work zone where they are doing the excavation, and then whatever they're doing, trowel hole, pipe laying, cable pulling, whatever stuff they are doing there, this is where the actual work is done. Once after this clear, then it is termination zone. Activity zone is here. Termination zone is where the work zone finish already. So work zone finish, basically carriageway reinstated back to 2 lanes. Right lane and left lane open again. Right lane and left lane open again. So carriageway reinstated, traffic flow resumed back to normal. Both lanes are in operation again. So motorists are not affected. Once they pass out from the termination zone, traffic flow resumed back to normal. Okay, so this is a very typical layout. 5 zones, advanced warning zone, there's the transition zone for you to plan your route. Okay, change lane if necessary beforehand, and then once you reach your buffer zone, this is to merge already, zipper merge, and it's also a buffer, safety buffer to protect the workers from getting protect the workers and protect the property if there's a crash, unexpected crash lah. Okay, and then activity zone is this one, and then termination zone is where it ceases. Okay, and then traffic flow resume back to normal on both left lane and right lane. Okay, left lane and the right lane. Okay, so this is how it is. A very typical traffic control plan layout. Now, the situation that we face on the ground is this. Whenever we close the road, we put up the signages. This is the buffer zone, remember? Buffer zone, alright, the arrow is pointing to the right, prompting road user to keep to the right because closure is on the left lane. So keep to the right. Okay, so this is actually part of this diagram here that you see over here. Alright, imagine you didn't see this. So what you're seeing is this, all the signages in front, like that. So what you're seeing is this part here, the buffer zone and activity zone. Now this is what we call an early merge, where all the vehicles avoid staying on the obstructed lane. This is the open lane, this is the obstructed lane because of the obstruction here. A lot of vehicles avoid this lane. They cause an substantial amount of space here to be wasted. They early merge from here already. That means far away from the work site. They already either they signal to change lane here already, or they, even though it's not drawn here, you can't see. But some of the drivers already change lane already. They already signal to change here, and it's very messy. Some of them they are here, some are here, some are here, and then they change lane, and then they sometimes abruptly cut in aggressively without signaling, and then that will cause accident. And they will pile up all the way to the junction. Nobody wants to stay here. Nobody wants to stay here. They will just pile up all the way to the junction, the next junction over here. And then what that happens, whenever that happens, what happens is that it causes traffic congestion. Basically, this lane is free, but nobody's using it. You congest this area all the way, and then you cause an accident down there. Why accident can happen? Because why? Once you have too many vehicles congested here, and then more piling up into the next junction at the yellow box there, even though accident don't happen here at the accident site, right, it will happen further down. Why? Because too many vehicles, whenever there's congestion, there's always a high probability of accident. Okay, road traffic accident. And because drivers always fail to keep to your 1 car length safety distance. In theory, it's 1 car length safety distance. In practice, at least you must have sufficient safety buffer distance. It's not practical to have 1 car length safety distance, I can understand on Singapore roads. However, you must have at least some ample safety buffer distance to space yourself out. But in Singapore, the context is very different. Everybody is still getting and going very fast. The moment they see the roadwork sign, they also go very fast. They are just supposed to slow down. Okay, so this kind of situation can cause accident if you are doing an early merge. That means you merge in very early. You can cause an accident further down. Okay, by right, a zipper merge, buffer zone zipper merge, is supposed to be ideal for a situation where there's heavy volume of traffic, but the speed of the vehicle is about average or slightly lower than average. That means average low average speed, but even though high volume of vehicle on the road, it's ideal for such a situation. And then it will look something like this. Okay, it will look something like this. This is the buffer zone. Now you got vehicles filling all the way to the front, which is what we want. What we want is to see all the lanes fill up like that. Why Singaporeans want to do this? Because why? Number one, Singaporeans being Singaporean. If I come to here, I worry they are not going to give way to me. So I'm going to be stuck down here. Then sometimes I signal, they don't give way. If I go in, they also want to go in. Then it will cause accident. So we don't want to avoid all that conflict, right? So we don't come to the front and get stuck here. We usually, Singaporean thinking is like that. Singapore driver, we will from here early merge. We try and signal and go in from here, or try to aggressively cut in from far behind. Instead of doing this Singapore mentality, I don't want to go to here. Because go to here, I'm stuck here. I still got to go in anyway. So what for I come all the way here and stay down here stuck? They don't like to be stuck. They like to early merge. This is a very Singapore way of thinking. However, think about it this way. You pay for COE, you pay for road tax, but you are not maximizing your usage on the road. So please come forward and fill up the gap. Just like, when you take the bus, when you take the public transport, when you take the bus, right? What does the bus captain tell you? Fill up the seats to the back first. So all the young people, the youngster, the middle age, all go to the back. Fill up the back row first, all the way to the front. The front row is only reserved for all the old people, pregnant mothers with children, at the front seats, old people, and then, mothers taking care of kids and all that. So all those seats are in the front. So those physically able body is all the way to the back, seat all the way to the back, and then fill up the back seats all the way to front. Once the seats are full already, right, then the rest of the passengers will go to the back, stand from the back of the deck all the way to the center of the deck and then to the front. That's the whole idea. Fill up the gap. Okay, fill up the gap. So in the same way, by the same token lah, when we come to a buffer zone zipper merge, we want you guys to fill up the space until to the point of merge. This is a point of merge. So do not do this. Do not do this early merge and then left such a huge substantial amount of space here which is unused, which is very stupid, and then you cause accident right behind because you are jamming up and then causing accident behind. So what we want you to do conversely is to do this, fill up the space to here. Now if you can see, right, these are actually cars, all these are vehicle, these are vehicle. Okay, so all these are vehicles, all these are vehicle. The vehicle with this, you can see they put the indicator, that means they want to change lane, they want to merge lane, so they turn on the indicator, the signal, turn on the signal, right? They turn on the signal, they want to merge lane, merge to the right. So basically what you should do is this, fill up here. So every car you want to turn right, want to merge right, you got to signal. So the car, you see the black color, the corner got black color square, right? Is a symbol of signaling to merge to the right. So every car got to signal. So every car go to the front. The first car signal already, right? Once you signal already, right, you wait for this car on the right lane, to stop for you. Then you go in. Then after that, this car go up to the front and fill up. Then the next car will go to the front, stop here and signal. Signal, wait for the next car to stop for you. Then you go in. After that, this car will go up, then the next car will go up, stop here, signal, same thing. Wait for the car to stop, then you go in. Communicate with each other. Okay, signal already, once you stop for you, then you go in, you merge. Then the next car will go up. Then the same thing, the next car will go up here, signal, wait first until the next car go up, already stop here for you, then you merge. After that, the next car will go up here, the last car will go all the way to the top here. Same thing, signal, wait for the car to stop for you on the right side, then you merge. And then after that, the cars will just fill up, keep on filling up the space. So that's the whole idea. It's a situation of stop, go, stop, go. Stop, go, stop, go. Giving way to each other. This one stop, this one go. Then this one go, this one stop. Right? This one stop for you, then this one will go in. So it's left, right, left, left, right, left. It's a situation of right side stop first, give way to the left. Then the left side signal, merge lane right. Then the right side vehicle will go up. Then the left side vehicle go up again, stop there, signal, wait for the right side vehicle to give way to you before you merge. So it's giving way, left, right, left, left, right, left, one vehicle at a time. This one go, imagine this, this one go, correct, right side go already, right? Then left side want to merge, you stay here first, you signal already. The next car stop for you, then you merge. After you merge already, then this one will go. Then the next one go up here, signal. Then the next car will go here and stop for you already. You signal, you merge. He give way to you, then you merge. After that, he will go. So it's like that, it's alternating. So that is the practice we want to see on the ground. If you don't do that, there will be a high chance of getting accident. This is very self-explanatory actually. It's quite, I would say it's quite idiot-proof. You see it, you understand the situation, you must know to give way to each other. If you don't give way to each other, what will happen is this, traffic warden will stand there. Not every traffic controller is going to do that, but if I'm on the ground and I see this kind of situation, I will go in and micromanage. Because why? None of you are going to give way to each other. If you don't give way to each other, there will be accident. You don't give way to each other, you don't communicate, you aggressively want to cut in without signaling, you cause an accident, you cause a lot of problem. So I would rather step in there and micromanage both of you. So if I micromanage both of you, it will look like this. I'll stop both sides. Then I'll tell the driver on the leftmost lane, okay, sir, you stop first. Give way to the driver on the right. Now, sir, you go. Come. You go away. Okay, now you stop. Now, sir, you go. After that, go away. Right? Sir, stop. Let him go. Okay, now you go. Go. Stop. 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 Go, stop, go. So it's a situation like that. If you don't give way to each other, I will stand in there and I'll do this. So I will play, like left, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left. You stop, go, stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. Hentak kaki, cepat hentak. a situation like that if you don't give way to each other. Yeah, so basically this is the situation. When you see this kind of scenario, please fill up to the front at the point of merge. This is zipper merge, and then signal your intention to turn. Once this right driver on the right lane stop and give way to you, then you merge. That's why it's called a zipper merge, because it follows the fashion of a zipper. You know zipper? This is a zipper. Zipper. Yeah, so in the same way, zipper is like a zip line. You follow the zip line, you zipper merge here at the point of merger, zipper merge, and this is the buffer zone. In case some stupid cuckoo driver didn't see, he keep on going straight, he crashed into here, it will minimize the impact sustained on property damage and lives, loss of life. So it's very crucial. Actually, by right, there should be minimum, if you ask me, 2 points of where the traffic warden have to stand. Within 10 meters of a worksite, one in front is to alert, slow down, and divert vehicle, or ask them to come to the front, fill up. Alright, if they cannot give way to each other and communicate to each other, then you come in and you do the stop go thing. You play the hendak kaki cepat hentak thing with them. Left, right, stop, you go, stop, you go, stop, go. By right, they should be able to handle themselves. Alright, so this is where one, if you're going to plan traffic warden, one will be standing in front here. The other one will be standing at the back or at the center, where there's a lot of movement of construction equipment vehicles, so I call CEV, the excavator and all that. Alright, and then of course the client's truck, whereby sometimes they do all the hacking, the hacking drilling, then they deposit the rubber onto the truck, the client's tipper truck. So there'll be movement of the tipper truck in and out. So this is where the center officer needs to play one-man traffic police at the junction there, or at further up to stop the vehicle. And then to allow for the client tipper truck movement in and out. Assuming there's a junction up ahead. If you don't have, it's just a straight road only, then just stop the vehicle on the right to allow for movement of the truck in and out of the worksite. And then once coast is clear, then you release the vehicle. So it's actually very simple. And so this is pretty much about it, the traffic control plan layout. Again, 5 zones: advanced warning zone, transition zone for you to plan your route early and then avoid any inconvenience. Buffer zone is for you to do your zipper merge and to avoid crashing into the worksite. So please pay attention while you're driving, don't look at your phone. Okay, if you're driving, if you're commuting and you're using your mobile phone, it's actually a traffic offense. 12 demerit points, $400, traffic offense. Punishable by 12 demerit points, $400. So please keep your eyes alert while on the road. When you see the advanced warning sign, caution road works ahead, LTA road works ahead, you should already know already. Slow down. If it's heavy traffic, you need to slow down. Keep to the speed limit on road or a bit lesser. Let's say example 50, speed limit 50, then bring it down to 45. Slow down, or 40. Some places want you to reduce speed limit to 33.0. Okay, because why? There's a lot of movement in and out of the within the construction zone. Sometimes the worker carrying tools and structures, and a lot of times the truck in and out. So we want you guys to slow down, anticipate when you need to come to a stop so that you can react on time. Also, because of all the closure, there's so many signages and blind corners, blind spot, you cannot see what's going to happen. Sometimes you got people, jaywalking across, that sort of situation, and then you end up knocking them down. So you don't want to get yourself in that kind of situation. So you slow down. As you're approaching the work zone, slow down already, and then merge. Okay, so that's pretty much about it. Advanced warning zone, transition zone, buffer zone, activity zone where we carry out our activities. After that, termination zone whereby the roadworks finish already. Over here, not say roadworks finish, but the end of the work zone. And then carriageway reinstated back to 2 lanes, right lane, left lane. Right lane, left lane freed up again, so traffic flow resume back to normal on right lane, left lane. Now I present to you one scenario before I end off. Let's say example, you see a bunch of cyclists. Let's say they are 5 cyclists. Cyclists, when you see a situation like that, 1 lane available only. So you must cycle 1 single file. Keep to the leftmost lane or the left-hand edge. Since the work zone is already here on the left, you also want to avoid being too close for comfort. In case whatever they are doing, the hacking drilling or what, the rubber flies out and hit you, So you don't want to go too close because sometimes they are also doing the lifting, swinging. Depending where they are lifting and swinging, if they are swinging inland, then you're safe. But if they're going to swing outside, we will stop traffic before we release. Let's say they are swinging on the outside, on the outside here, on the right lane. We will stop traffic for them to swing. But usually, if the closure's on the left, most of the time the things are done on the left lane or inside. They won't try and swing on the right, unless it's they are in the middle of the lane. There are 3 lanes and they are in the middle lane, and the unobstructed lane or the open lane is on the right lane and left lane. Then there will be a situation whereby we need to stop the left lane in order to allow the swinging. But if let's say everything is done in land, that's safe. But the thing is, we want you as much as possible also to not go too close to the work site. So for cyclists, I will urge you guys 1 single file. If there's 5 of you, right, maintain 1 single file, left hand edge, 1 single file, left hand edge, 5 in a row, 1 at a time. 1 at a time. That means not 2 or 3 at one go, but 1 at a time. So 1 go, second one go, third one go, fourth one go, fifth one go. So 5 in a row, 1 at a time, 1 single file, left hand edge or the leftmost lane. But try to keep a safety buffer distance between you and the work zone. Even though the barrier is here and this is the lane, you don't want to go too close. You want to go a bit further a bit. Okay, and then drivers, I will also urge you, give way. Drivers, give way to the cyclists. Don't go too close to them. Let them clear first, because it's only 1 lane. This kind of situation, only 1 lane available. So let them clear first. Let them clear first. Let them go first. Let them go first. Make sure all the cyclists clear, all the 5 clear already. And then once when you hit the termination zone, then you gently overtake. Once you hit the termination zone, when the 2 lanes are reinstated, then you gently overtake. If you need to horn, it's light tap horn. Don't horn very loudly. Just light tap to alert them that you are behind, but you don't go too close. You keep a safety buffer distance between you and the last cyclist. So let the 5 cyclists clear first. Once out of the work zone already, then you gently overtake. You understand? You gently overtake. Don't aggressively cut in while they are cycling, because why? Now is 1 lane. If they are on 1 lane and you cut in, there's not enough space. There is not enough space. You need to maintain, remember, you need to maintain 1.5 meter safety buffer distance between you and the cyclist. So can you imagine there's a work zone here, they are cycling here, 1 single file, and then you try and squeeze in aggressively and cut in aggressively. Not say cut in aggressively, but you want to, you don't want to wait for them. So you go and cycle past them, adjacent to them, and you're going fast. That will endanger them, because then there's no 1.5 meter safety buffer distance between you and the cyclist. So let them clear first. Doesn't matter, let them clear first. Then after that, once when you just follow behind slowly, and then once when you reach the termination zone, then you gently overtake. So always let the cyclist clear first. Now, if there's a traffic warden on site, if I'm duty, I'll definitely stop the vehicles. I override. I let the cyclist go first. Because why? Human life over vehicle. If you knock them down, the law will punish you, not them. Why? Because you are propelling a larger motorized vehicle with a strong possibility of causing hurt, grievous bodily hurt, or able to kill pedestrian or cyclist or micro-mobility user. So therefore, the law is always in favor of them. It's always life over vehicle. Therefore, I will urge you to give way to them. So if there's a situation like that, a lot of cyclists, right, and then motorists also coming through, right, I'll probably stop the motorists first, allow for the cyclists to clear first. Then after that, ask them to slowly come in, slowly, okay, slow down. Once you reach the termination zone already, right, then you can gently overtake them. That's the whole idea. Okay, so that's pretty much about it. LTA approved traffic control plan layout, the 5 zones, and my advice to motorists commuting across the work zone is to give way to all these cyclists. Give way to the cyclists, because the law will penalize you lah. Let's put it that way, because like I mentioned already, you're propelling a larger motorized vehicle, whereby there's a strong likelihood of you causing hurt, grievous bodily hurt, or harm more than what the cyclist can do to you. Therefore, the law always protect them. Life over vehicle, life over vehicle. Therefore, please, I would say, my parting advice to you is please drive safely and give way to the cyclists whenever you encounter them at work zones. Okay, so that's pretty much about it. I think I've gone past the 30-minute mark. Yeah, and I'm very thirsty, I'm very tired. I just stand down for my duty not long ago under the blistering hot sun the whole day. I'm very thirsty, I'm very tired. So I want to end my video here. I think I've pretty much covered everything that I need to talk about here. In my next video, I'm going to expound more on the cyclist one, the cyclist two abreast, when you can and when it's not so ideal, whenever you encounter work zones. So that will be my next video. So stay tuned and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something. Hope you've been blessed by this video and stay safe as you are commuting on the roads. Thank you very much. See you. Take care. Bye bye. God bless.